Back in 2022, there was a battle royale that everyone was calling the next PUBG killer, and it had superpowers, 15 unique classes, and over 4 million players in its beta test. Then it suddenly died, then it came back again as Super People 2, then it died again, and now in 2025, it's back and back again. So today in this video, we are diving deep into Super People, the game that just won't stay dead. I'm going to talk about its explosive rise, the catastrophic fail, and the confusing Super People 2 saga, and whether this third time attempt is actually worth your time, because nobody else is talking about this game at the moment. So let's get right into it. Alright, let's rewind back to 2021. South Korean developer Wonder People, founded by the creator of Dungeon Fighter Online, announced Super People, a battle royale that promises to be PUBG with superpowers. And you know what? For a brief moment, it actually delivered. The game launched into closed beta back in December 2021, and the reception was actually pretty good. By February 2022, 4.3 million players had participated in the beta, streamers loved it, content creators were calling it fresh, innovative, and genuinely fun. And on Steam alone, the game peaked at over 47,000 concurrent players at the time. It took a lot of inspiration from PUBG, no doubt, but it wasn't just another copy and paste battle royale. It had 15 unique classes, a leveling system during matches where you can upgrade your abilities mid-game, also a crafting system allowing you to upgrade your weapons and gear, a game-changing ultimate abilities, and also PUBG-like gunplay but with more arcadey and smoother feeling. The gameplay loop is very self-explanatory. You drop in, choose your class, scavenge your materials and weapons, craft better gear, level your abilities, and use your ultimate at the perfect moment. What a lot of people love about this game compared to PUBG was that it encouraged aggressive play rather than camping, and the class system added a bit of a MOBA-like strategic layer to the traditional battle royale. And honestly, for the first few months, Super People genuinely felt like it could compete with some of the big dogs, then suddenly everything fell apart. After the closed beta test, Super People officially launched into early access back in October 2022, and almost immediately cracks started showing. And I feel like there were three major problems that killed the momentum of the game. First one is the cheaters, the cheating problem. There was a big issue with the cheaters, and the anti-cheat system was pretty much non-existent. There were aimbotters, wall hackers, speed hackers, and it completely destroyed the competitive integrity of the game. The second one is the terrible monetization, and Wonder People really shot themselves in the foot with the cosmetic system that they include in the game. Unlike normal games where you buy a skin, you own it forever, in Super People, it used a rental system. You get a random number of days to use the cosmetics, sometimes 7 days, sometimes 30, and to keep using it, you have to spend more money. It was basically PUBG Mobile gacha system, and the Western players hated it. And number 3 is the balancing issue and the poor marketing. And on top of everything, the class balances was complete mess. There was a lot of overpowered weapons and abilities in the game. Plus, Wonder People seems to have no idea how to advertise the game. They threw money at $1 million tournament that nobody watched. And with that, the player numbers crashed from 47,000 concurrent to under 1,000 by early 2023. So the death spiral had begun. In December 2022, just 2 months after early access launch, Wonder People made the desperate move. They tried to rebrand the game as Super People 2, claiming it represented huge sweeping changes to the core systems. But to be honest, it wasn't really a sequel, it was more of a massive update that nobody asked for. And this new update includes PvE boss monsters. These are random AI enemies would spawn and drop loot, and also an in-game store system. You can spend in-game currency mid-match to buy items, and also a removal of the crafting materials, plus various class and weapon adjustments. On paper, these changes might sound very interesting, but in practice, they were disastrous. These PvE bosses disrupt the pacing of the game. It was supposed to be a competitive PvP shooter, and suddenly you are fighting bullet sponge enemies that slow down the engagements. The in-game store felt intrusive, it took up the whole screen and completely broke the immersion, and the players loved the original crafting system, so removing that depth alternated the core fanbase. The community response was savage, and players want the original game back, not whatever experiment hybrid this was. And the confusing rebrand as Super People 2 made it seems like a totally different game, which scared away the new people who might have given it a shot. So by the time May 2023 came, just 5 months after the rebrand, Wonder People announced that they were shutting down the game, and the player base had dropped below 100 concurrent. On August 21st of 2023, the servers went completely offline. So after almost 2 years, in May 2025, something very unexpected happened. the game director posted a message on the new Steam page mentioning that the Super People is officially back. And the plan was to restore the old game, and they were going back to the basics, which include return of the original Super People, removal of all PvE content, implement a dual-layer anti-cheat system, add a jury system where players can review cheater reports, rebalancing classes and weapons based on data, and removal of all pay-to-win elements, and also improve new player onboarding. The game went through closed beta back in June 2025 and got mixed feedback, made more adjustments, and officially relaunched into early access on September 18, 2025, which is the version that I'm playing right now. So I jump back into the game, see if the third time is the charm, and honestly, it's a bit complicated. Starting with some of the good things, the core gameplay is still very solid. If you like PUBG but want something faster paced and with more variety, Super People still delivers that. The gunplay feels crispy and the movement is still very smooth, and the class system genuinely creates something interesting and tactical to the game. Visually, the game looks very impressive, no doubt. There is a huge map with a great variety of locations, plus there are some definite improvements to the anti-cheat system. But I feel like they have done a very poor job of marketing the game. I haven't seen pretty much anyone talking about it on YouTube or actively making content about it, and I haven't even seen a trailer about this relaunch. And I'm pretty sure many of you guys didn't even know about this relaunch of Super People. But keeping all that aside, at the moment the game is only having about 300 concurrent players, so matchmaking is a problem at the moment. Most of my matches felt like that I've been playing against bots, and the matchmaking can be slow with the concurrent player count sitting around 200 to 500. You'll wait 2 to 5 minutes for a game and often start with fewer than 100 players, and the progression system still feel a bit grindy. You need to level up your account to access rank mode, which can take hours of grinding through bot-filled casual matches. And while there are no pay to win anymore, but there is a battle pass and cosmetic store with typical live service monetization. And the confusing part is only solo and duo modes are available at the moment. There is no trios, no squad, so if you have a 3-4 friends who want to play together, tough luck. And this is a bizarre restriction for a battle royale in 2025 in my opinion. Okay, so the bottom line is, should you play Super People in 2025? And it's all come down to your personal preference. Let's say if you're a fan of PUBG and looking for something similar but faster, and if you're someone who enjoys the class-based shooters and tactical variety and also don't mind playing against bots sometimes, I would say give it a try. It's a totally free to play right now. You can simply try out on Steam. But if you expect a massive thriving player base, or if you hate battle passes or live service monetization, or if you want to play with your friends on trio or squads, this is probably not the game for you at the moment. Super People is a good game trapped in a bad situation in my opinion. The mechanics are still fun, the classes are interesting, and the developers clearly trying to learn from their mistake, but I feel like the damage is already done. But can it survive in the long term? I'm kinda skeptical. So without a massive influx of new players and new content, and this honestly feel like another slow death spiral. And right now it is a niche game for a niche audience, so if you're part of that audience, you'll have fun, but do not expect this one to be the next big thing. Well guys, that is the complete story of Super People and the current state of the game in 2025. And have you played it yet? Do you think it deserves a third chance? Let me know down in the comment section. And as always guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more free to play game coverage like this. I'll catch you guys soon in the next one. Stay safe.